Welcome to Not Your Average Momcast.
This feels like Saturday Night Live.
I like it. Why haven't I done this before? I really like this.
All right, I'm going to officially welcome you on to Not Your Average Momcast. All right, we have two special guests this episode, and I'm just going to kind of turn it over to you both. We can't already start laughing. I want you to introduce yourself, maybe mention how many children you have and how long you've been, momming. All right. So whoever wants to go first.
My name is Autumn Bender, and I am a mother of one.
Yeah.
And he is 11 years old.
So you've been momming for 11 years now.
Oh, I've been momming for a long time, but for my own child, yes, 11 years now. From beginning to now, yes.
Okay. All right. And our next
My
guest.
name's Becca Williamson. I've been momming for 11 years as well, but I also have a 6-year-old.
Yeah. Because you were like, one's not enough. Let's do it again.
No, the first one was a happy accident, but the second one was planned.
I didn't know you could plan things with Chad like that.
You don't look like...
I'm not a planner.
It happened though.
Not my forte.
All right, so both of you have been momming for 11 years now. I know all of the children that we're talking about today, and I know both of you. But what I want to kind of talk about today is you both are still yes, you both have children, but we're single moms here, doing our thing, and I want to talk about single mom struggles, fears, freedoms, judgment that you may have felt, and then any real hardships that you've had to go through, whether you were in the relationship with your significant other at the time, or now just being a single mom and what you go through. And if you just want to kind of take it away, I'll chime in here and there.
That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, let's start with maybe freedoms. That's kind of a lighter...
If you want to say light when we're together in this room, that's fine. But we were just all out last night.
I think I have a lot more freedoms than you do.
Yes. Even though you do have 2 children, and I only have 1. But with schedule-wise, so on and so forth, and your great co-parenting.
Co-parenting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Co-parent.
You both have. Well. Okay.
Have done.
Yeah,
Yes.
Things are going to get weird pretty quick because so Becca, you co-parent times 2.
Yeah, co-parent times 2.
Yeah, you wonderful people? Question
Yeah.
mark? Okay, great. Awesome. Wonderful people. Yeah. I thought that was the case, so that's and then
It's
Autumn
always been wonderful.
well, and I'm sure it won't always be wonderful. There's still a lot to do. In terms of raising a small human being. And then Autumn, you co-parented.
Yes.
Past tense.
Yes. My son's father passed away almost 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew him. He was a great guy. Took him a long time to get that far, but no, he was a great guy. He would laugh about that. Passed away, complications, very upsetting, really rocked all of us.
Yeah.
We were together for 10 years and then co-parented together for a good 6.
Yeah.
After that, that was rocky at first, but seriously, we were good at it.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed doing that together. It gets rocky regardless of what kind of situation you're in, because there's always something that you're either going to have to disagree on or learn to live to disagree on,
Well, okay, Becca, what's something you've had to kind of learn going through co-parenting and...
Oh, then it's not about me.
Well, I think that's even with motherhood.
Yeah.
That's something you just, I don't know. I have 4 dogs, so it's 100% about me and my dogs all the time. So that's not something, but yeah, I mean, I feel like that just comes with the mom name.
I think that's the hardest part about starting out with co-parenting, like in separate households, is that there's a lot that you have to put away.
Consistency does not happen for a long time.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of working at.
I'm just referring to like petty differences, like resentment from your relationship ending.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I kind of didn't care, but
Well, you had kind of moved on already, Autumn.
yeah, I was done.
mean, yeah.
Well, Becca's kind of like that too.
I wasn't the first time I wasn't prepared. It's not like I didn't check out early, but I knew that it would end.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a matter of
When?
when would it get
Or
bad
who
enough that I would leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would go
It
through
ended
with
up being a mutual thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he later regretted it. But once I was out, that's not a situation that I was willing to put myself back into.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, petty differences.
Okay. I know you put your children first, but how do you feel that the child has to adjust? Because both of you lived together with their
Oh,
fathers.
having separate
And then
spaces after
separate-
that.
Yeah, and trying to
Detachment and
kind of,
all
and
that.
How did they kind of cope with all of that? And there's a lot of change, not just for you and their dad, but I mean, they are going through significant change. I mean,
Yeah.
The emotional support part of it, the preparing and loss of clothing that happens with all of that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
yeah.
You know,
Wardrobe inequality.
inconsistency with homework and notes that came home from school that one sees, the other person doesn't see.
Well, and then there's an inconsistency with daily routines.
Agree.
Oh, yeah. Again, didn't
Because
even think about
regardless,
that.
it's not going to be the same, even though
Mhm.
how hard you try in each other's houses. Yeah.
Like by the time the second one, like by the time my relationship ended with my youngest dad, I had enough experience with the first one that the second one was kind of seamless.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But the first time around, we had to go incrementally with the time, making sure that everything was equal, but going from like 2 days at a time to like 3 days at a time. And that took a long time because
Yeah.
we split up when he was about a year old.
Yeah.
So it took until he was in preschool and having a daily schedule with school
Mm-hmm.
for us to go a week at a time. So it took that long to build up to that. And then whenever the second one, it was like the same story, which is, I don't know what that says about me, but
That you're a beautiful,
That
wonderful,
you're a
amazing
beautiful, wonderful,
person.
awesome artist.
Yes, she is an artist.
artist.
I just don't want to keep anybody for more than like 4 years.
It's okay. I get to the 8 to 10 mark, and then the same thing happens to me.
Must be nice.
No. You know how to move on and have fun. Remember, I'm the one who gets stuck now, and you pull
no,
me out.
No, I'm a flight risk.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with that. I just told you last night that if we go anywhere, we need a chaperone and a hotel to stay in
And
for
I
more
said
than
a
2 days.
security guard.
Yeah,
is what we
security.
need.
Yeah.
Beth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know one. We're golden. We're good. We're good.
So, Autumn, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have a child that requires a man and a woman. I mean, naturally.
Heard. Yes.
Okay. And now, tell me a little bit about your situation.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I have been with a woman for 8 years. I actually left Ziggy's father for her.
Love you, Matt.
Yeah, love you, Matt.
R.I.P.
You always told me I was going to leave you for a woman. I did it twice.
And
Okay.
she did.
I loved you. I love you though. Nobody will ever take that away. I swear. But I don't know. Yeah. So I have a wife, I guess. 8 years. That's considered wife. I know common law is not a thing anymore, but in my
Yeah,
book,
but-
8 years is 8 years, man.
According to Becca, that's a really long time. So.
That's twice as long as I can last.
Well, she counts as like our other wife that lives in the house
Yeah, I was
down
gonna
the
say
street.
2 wives.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we all refer to each other as wives. But no, I have been with Haley for 8 years. We started in Wheeling. Ziggy was around 2 when they met each other. Bringing another person in that has never raised a child or understands fully is difficult. The biggest thing I come into problems with is with any kid, regardless if they have issues or not. You hit plateaus with children to where they'll take you with behavior, education, anything. And then once you think you figured it out, you have to start all over again. And that consistency is a good thing, but at the same time, you have to realize it's all new every single time something comes around. Communication with disciplining, definitely, you definitely have to do a lot of work with that.
So is that with co-parenting also, or just kind of like introducing a new person into their life that probably just wants to be the cool person? I'm sure you experienced that with Leo's dad.
Yeah.
Before Leo's dad, right? Before Leo was a
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure he wanted to like just be the cool guy.
Well, it's a difficult situation to step into because like Oliver doesn't need another dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I
has
guess-
one,
Yeah.
and like a really good one. So
Yeah.
I mean, Haley would be another mom, but still she was taking over that role of like,
Yeah.
because Matt didn't live there anymore. So like stepping in. Was that something that both of you saw your children struggling to adjust to?
I don't know. Chad's so silly.
Yeah.
I don't really feel there was an adjustment with that much. I don't know. Ziggy's always, I mean, I guess since we were together for so long when he was 2, she's always been mum.
Yeah.
And at the same time, my situation is very weird because like Matt, even though when we were apart, he lived with us multiple times.
Yeah.
So we were just always a parental unit
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This would make sense. Okay, so since we were a tripod, basically, of parental guidance, then when he passed away, if anything Haley was unsure about, they would talk about. It was like her reassurance, or like that she was in the right direction, and that kind of got thrown off. More with us
Yeah.
than Ziggy. I mean, of course, the whole situation was crazy, but I feel it was more of a problem for us to readjust and figure out what we were going to do at that point. Because we always want to keep him there and say, do what he would want to do also, but times are different and things evolve.
Okay, so times are different. That's going to kind of bring me into this kind of next topic I wanted to talk into. Times are different in terms of like when grandma was raising her children. A single mom back then just didn't exist.
No.
But I also feel like maybe it's this area, but have you ever felt judgment because you didn't have what would be traditional household? Traditional in the sense that Becca, you're a single mom raising 2 kids. Autumn, you're a lesbian raising a son. Like those are not traditional circumstances in terms of like what grandma or mom even. I mean, things are different now, but have you faced judgment because of your situations?
Most definitely.
my grandma had 5 kids by 3 different dads.
So Becca's like, nope, I'm right on track, right?
Nope.
Becca's in hill jack territory and completely like picks up on that. She fits in, man. Becca is.
But Becca, knowing you, I've known you for, I mean, since autumn.
16 years.
Yeah, I've known. So, but I don't think it even fucking phases you.
No.
Yeah. You don't care.
Yeah, but Becca's not
People-
phased
people
by
think-
much.
They think what they want to think. Like, my kids hang out with a lot of grown-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
Same.
the people that I surround myself with are kid-friendly.
Yeah.
And the people that I allow them to be surrounded with are kid-friendly.
Yeah.
And they approach them just like their friends. But if we all go out to Applebee's, people are going to think that my guy friend that I
His
have with
dad.
us is their dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, to the point that very recently an ancient woman and her male counterpart, I'm not going to assume anything about them, like that they're married or miserable, but
Yeah, that wouldn't be a fair
she
assumption.
She called out my 6-year-old in the middle of Applebee's, like, don't be a drama queen, because that's what you're being. And I was like,
Excuse you.
audacity on you. I hope I have that amount of confidence whenever I am that old.
When you're
when I'm 147.
That's when you stand up and snap. Drama queen, yes, please.
I should have gotten him to like demon screech and run out of there. Like, it would have been hilarious. But then
And just get him to do his oh yeah. That'll
Oh,
get everybody
yeah.
going. Oh, he's so good at that. So good.
get him to twerk on her.
Yeah.
Here you go, you dinosaur.
And the guy that was with her though was like, you guys are raising them right, like talking to my friend like he's my husband. And I was like, man.
So his female that was with him was like judgy,
Yeah,
but then he was like, more power to you.
they watched our entire meal. So I
They must
knew,
not have all the Netflix and
I
stuff.
knew
Yeah,
that
they
we were
probably
we
don't.
were being
They don't
observed.
have cable or streaming services.
But like, my kids were bored, and I
Peacock.
was like, hey, pick out somebody in this restaurant and make up a story about them. Like, this is how we can pass our time. We've run out of room to play tic-tac-toe. Like, what do you think that guy's story is? Do you think his name's Richard? And they're just trying to occupy them without giving them an
Richard
electronic device.
definitely goes by Dick,
Right?
right? So I feel like you both kind of parent very similar in the sense that you don't necessarily shelter your children. You said we allow, like, you take your kids where you go. I mean, that was
Basically.
always your thing, Autumn, was I'm going to take Ziggy where I go.
I did.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
do still.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver's gone from my road dog to the glow stick kid at the fish show.
Yep, pretty much. My kid's right downstairs in the student lounge right now because he said that's where he felt comfortable. So I gave him a drink and left him there.
I mean, he'll be there when you get back.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He has a switch. He's not moving.
Yeah.
There's no food open anywhere. He'll be fine. He's not going to go roaming. I told him the gym was open, and I showed him the basketballs.
that
He's like,
would
I'm not a
never happen."
basketball kid. I'll go sit in the student lounge. They got a game system.
I'm
But
a little more limited with Leo.
Well, because he's
6.
6. I think that's, I mean, your oldest are both 11.
Yeah.
They're small adults now.
Not only that, but like even the world that our 11-year-olds grew up in
it's completely different.
It's completely different
You
from the
know,
world
you're
that my
right.
6-year-old is growing
Up in.
Like,
yeah.
I found out, I was about to give birth to Leo whenever Trump got elected president.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting in front of the TV and crying.
Crying. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
what my baby's going to be born into.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all moms have that thought process, in the last couple months when you want to bite everybody's head off,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But, like, you have those crazy thought processes, like, I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe this is the world my
Yeah.
child's coming into. What do I do? Like,
Yeah.
you kind of go stir crazy because you're so overwhelmed with the issues you deal with on a daily basis. They won't encounter for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But the thought process of it
The
and them
worries.
physically being here is
Yeah.
it's not cool.
Well, then thinking about things on a grand scheme, like, we've got, like, mini Chernobyl in Ohio right now.
Yeah.
We've got UFOs being shot down in unrecoverable places, and Like there's so much going on, like a global scheme, that I don't like. It feels silly for me to be like, should I buy a house?
Yes, you should, because that was really fun on Saturday.
No,
we
you
should do that again.
And we
Get
talked
day
about
drinking.
that last night.
Day drink, look at houses, go get Mexican.
Okay, I have a comment to that. Because, so you both, with your first pregnancies, it was not planned.
No.
It was definitely...
I was told that I couldn't have children.
Exactly. So it was definitely very much a surprise. But you still, towards the end of your pregnancy, you had all these worries and fears, and bringing this small human being into this world after you just cooked it for 9 months.
Pretty much.
So then here's me, who is attempting to plan when the right time would be to have a child, and that is all I can think about.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't
well,
plan
it's
it.
all I think about.
Thanks for saying that first, Becca, because you are a master planner. I get it. It is awesome. But guess what? I don't care if you plan that child and it actually pans out to that. Once that baby's out, you're screwed. There's no planning from that point on. You better just let go. You can plan all you want, but you're just going to drive yourself crazy. You don't want to be another Sherry. Don't do it.
Hey, our mom was a good mom.
She was an awesome mom. She still is an awesome mom. I appreciate her every day. I like her a lot more now.
This is true. Well, okay, in a previous episode, I did bring up your drug addiction, Autumn. So
it's cool.
They do
it's whatever.
know that you used to be a drug addict.
Drug addict, street pharmacist, yes.
Yeah, all of the things.
All of the things.
And that's probably has a lot to do. But, I mean, you and Mom never got along.
No,
You just never got along growing up. You're very different. Me, I'm the carbon copy of Mom. So, yeah.
So.
I broke the mold in my family.
Of course you did, Becca. Artiste.
Hey, it's their fault for encouraging it.
They did.
My conservative nuclear family.
Wayne and Sheila, though, they're pretty freaking awesome.
So
they've grown a lot over the years.
Okay, but they're very different from you.
Okay, so I'm the oldest. Here's a difference with Becca and I. We are the best friends. We are yin and yang, okay? Mm-hmm. But here's some differences. She is the youngest of her family, and I am the oldest of my family.
Mm-hmm. You are age-wise the oldest, yes, but you didn't always act that way.
Didn't we just talk about having a drug problem? I mean, do you want to recap on that? We can go on and on with stories about that one. I mean,
no, we don't need to. That's not what this podcast is about.
Well, my parents
leave your old friends at home, Autumn. Leave them back in Wheeling.
Leave them back there. Leave them back there. That's where they need to stay.
Yeah, that's why I moved here to be with Becca, so it's fine.
You moved here because of...
Well, you were here too.
Thank you. But more importantly, Becca was here. Okay, I see where I sit in this room. Okay, so back to Wayne and Sheila, because I don't know Wayne and Sheila, Becca.
Wayne and Sheila.
They're super conservative. They always have been.
Are they always, or have they grown up here?
My mom, yes.
Okay.
They're the most free spirit conservative people.
Is this true?
That are sweet and kind.
Okay.
They've been through it. They got good hearts. The way that they met was by running a children's ministry together, where they would go on buses and they would pick up all the kids whose parents didn't want to deal with them on Sundays.
Oh God! Wow.
And they'd give them a good. It was like Sesame Street for church kids. Yeah, they called it Joyville. It was the coolest thing.
Joyville. It kind of sounds like a cult.
We're not going to talk about that aspect of being a part of the Church of Christ, but. For its time, it was super wholesome and kind-hearted.
Okay.
And they would make sure that the kids had clothes and that they had a meal, and they would take them home. And,
did they make that hot dog stuff?
I have no idea.
That hot dog soup thing.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I walked into their house one time.
I don't think I need to know
It was
about
the coolest thing ever.
Hot dog soup?
You sure they weren't just boiling hot dogs like Mom?
I don't know. I don't ask questions. I admired
Sheila
and Wayne, and I watch from afar because they radiate love so much that you have to, yeah.
They gave me good core beliefs.
Yeah.
There was a lot of issues with the church whenever I was growing up, because whenever I was 8, my oldest sister was 15, she got pregnant.
Oh.
and it kind of threw our family for a loop. We went through downright discrimination and, like, I would say borderline abuse from the church leaders.
I don't doubt that.
Well, they tried to get my sister to give up her baby for adoption and
That's
have
not
another
cool.
family in the church adopt the baby.
What
Watch
denomination were you?
Church of Christ.
Because
Yeah.
that's normal. Here, let me take your baby from you, and then you
Yeah,
have
like-
to watch it.
Just and then never. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously my family was not on board, and it was a huge battle. Like inside of our family, between our family and the church, like between my parents and their faith, like, and all three of us daughters have grown up, and we're not on that bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're still kind-hearted and, like, morally, ethically good people.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I
Because
don't
we
know
had
your
that, like,
sisters, but I know you.
Conservative upbringing.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I broke the mold. Both of my sisters tried to do the whole college route and, like, do everything right after high school. And, like, one of them got married. She has 3 kids. But I went to 1 year of college and met Autumn.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time we've been in college together since we used to run around on a dry campus.
Okay,
and
but you say
this is
Can we just say went to college loosely, Autumn? Because I feel like you probably went to class for the first
listen,
week.
listen.
I got straight A's.
Okay, that's why I said Autumn.
Listen.
I was just on cocaine the whole time. That was it.
Listen. Cocaine and scotch. Okay, so
Just pause here.
I'm not good.
my
pause
second
here.
semester, I knew that I needed to do better, so I did move in with someone that Becca and I mutually. It was your roommate the first year.
Mindy?
No, sorry, Ashley. I don't remember. But anyway, I moved in with this girl, Ashley, because she had a substance problem. I had a substance problem. And we
So you're like,
decided
this will be a good thing.
we were going to work together because we knew at
Yeah.
19,
Yeah.
before we were 19, I think she was older than us. But anyway,
She
that
was.
we needed to get our crap together.
Mm-hmm.
And I really did try. I was actually passing that semester, and sometimes things just don't work out how they're supposed to be planned. And I was passing that semester. That really hurt. I didn't have student loans. We paid for college with bonds that
Yeah.
we saved throughout my childhood. And, graduation money paid for the first couple semesters. But apparently it wasn't enough. And I got a letter stating I had 10 days to get out. And that was a whirlwind. I
Yeah.
mean, that's where probably I went downhill for a good 10 years after that.
Yeah.
But,
We met at an interesting time.
we did.
I was unsupervised for the first time.
Well, yeah, because of your conservative upbringing,
Yeah,
right?
because
Yeah.
until then I had been going to church every Sunday and was part of a youth group and
I had no
had
clue about.
had
had no
all
clue
of the
that-
good influences.
Yeah. And then you met Autumn. Sorry.
And then,
I
well,
came from the church too, damn it.
what happened was
I have a certificate in theology.
in the summer between graduating high school and entering college, I got my tonsils taken out, and it was a little bit more complicated than just a regular tonsillectomy. I mean, because I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
and so I ended up with a lot of Percocet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how we met, basically.
Okay, I remember we met because she said Williamstown, and I said, holy crap, Williamstown. I lived there in the summer times. My dad's from there. And then, that part too.
Yeah.
But,
and Percocet.
but no, and actually it was all three, because then I said, concerts, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew each other for what, maybe 7 days, and we packed 3 carloads of people and went to Pittsburgh, because I still do that crap till this day.
Yeah.
Is that when I got my lip pierced?
Yes. And you met that 16-year-old kid and you talked to him forever for some reason.
You know, I talked to him for years.
Yeah,
after
he was a funny kid.
Dylan.
What did Wayne and Sheila think about your lip piercing?
They didn't have a choice. That's part of it. Like I went off and I was unsupervised and I made a ton of terrible decisions.
Yeah, well, because of Autumn.
Well,
No, she did these by herself,
that was
man.
on my own accord. I would
Okay.
disappear.
She would disappear for 2 to 3 days at a time and literally like walk out of the woods from Fowler. And we were being like, where in the hell have you been? Like, have you eaten? Why are there leaves in your hair? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Swear. Multiple of us would be looking for her.
I went from the not only like weird art kid / like band geek to college where I was in like 5 different musical ensembles, but I was really proud of it.
Yeah.
And realized that like I didn't have all of those like strict labels from my super small high school, that I could be social and I could make friends, and that I wasn't this like shy little thing
Tiny little,
stuck in a corner being a wallflower. And I was like, no, oh my gosh, I'm a worthwhile person,
I can
and
do all
I
of these
can
things.
make all of these friends
And these decisions.
and I can maintain all of these friendships. And
Decisions
it turned
of
into
dyeing hair pink.
and dyeing a bathroom pink.
Yeah.
But it turned into like a cyclical thing where I had different groups of friends, and then I would make my way around those groups. But by the time it took me to get all the way around that circle, a week had passed, and the first group had like thought I was dead. To the point, and Facebook was still a baby at this time.
Yeah,
But that was
Facebook
one of
was
the
not,
first.
yeah,
That was one
Yeah.
of the first Facebook groups that I was ever in. It was called "Where the Fuck Is Becca?"
pretty much.
That's
And
hilarious.
it had me in a striped shirt, like "Where's Waldo?"
Because you would seriously just disappear.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I mean, and you kind of do that still.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Autumn tells me your stories. of-
Stresses me
To an
out
extent.
sometimes.
Yeah, and that's a lot to stress Autumn out because
Yeah, I do. I get myself in trouble a little bit every now and then. But
last-
it's no fault. It's no fault of my own.
I actually have a receipt that I own her from the Ohio State Police.
Oh yeah. And I got my diet DUI.
Yeah. As she cussed him out when I pulled up because she needed the pee and he wouldn't let her out of the cruiser. Yeah.
I was gonna pee on him.
It's okay. They didn't take you in. It's fine. I mean, we didn't have to pay anything. He just literally signed your rights over to me.
so you're her legal guardian.
And then we get home and she literally jumps up in my bed in between Haley and I and was like, I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm going to sleep.
Good night, guys.
It's fine. Take care of each other.
That's all for today, guys. See you next time. This has been Kenna.
and Abe.
See ya.
Until next time.